since I've been here on YouTube. I literally said, we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm really sorry for the extreme inactivity. I literally said that one video a month would be doable considering my schedule, and it's September and I'm 3 months late. Don't have a June video or a July one or an August. 3 months that I was away. Oops. Legitimately, I wanted to make 2 June videos to like play catch up and stuff. That clearly didn't happen. I actually did have ideas, but let's actually do the actual purpose of this video. I'm going to be doing what I used to do when I was on YouTube and then I clearly stopped. I want to do a get ready with me. I just want to sit down, do some makeup, and just play around with some stuff that I haven't used in a while. I miss wearing makeup, like legit like makeup. I haven't worn like a full face in forever. Literally ever since COVID, I have not been even been able to wear a full face of makeup. You know, foundation, contour, bronze, whatever, all of that stuff, including eyeshadow and eyelashes, you know what I'm saying? I have not been able to do that. Even now with like the world open up and stuff, I just don't find a purpose to do that. Before I was doing that with my state job, and then my hours between my resale job and my state job got close together. Now I really can't do it anymore. I want to make a get ready with me, so let's get started. So this is just going to be a get ready with me while I update you guys on what's been going on. And I have some updated feelings on a particular subject that I talk about very often. I have not done this in a while. I kind of don't know what I'm doing. Legit, ever since COVID happened, it's like I don't remember how to put on my makeup. Most, if not all, of my brushes are from the brand Do Care. They're from Amazon. The only thing is that they don't sell single brushes, which is a bummer, because what if you don't want every brush? But it's also like fine, I guess. I don't know. Like, some of us are minimal makeup wearers and we don't wear a lot of makeup, so we don't need, like, they have 30 brushes in one pack. So we don't really need 30 brushes. But I got it anyway because I wanted to start over with my brushes. I feel like I should have brought everything out. So let's just get started with the actual update. So back in June, I legit had a plan as to what video I wanted to make. And I actually did have something prepared, and I forgot that I wanted to show you really quick. I wanted to do a marker drawing of Animal Crossing, my villager, and also my favorite character, who is Tybalt from Animal Crossing. Yeah, it was gonna be a pro marker video, and I was doing it, and I actually did plan on finishing it. I even, like, masking fluid part of it. It was an entire process. I filmed it, well, obviously part of it because it's not done, and this was supposed to be a prom artwork. Going to prom with Tybalt from Animal Crossing. And I remembered it could still be a video. Actually, no, it couldn't. Because it's not prom season anymore. It could very well be a prom, like just a normal like piece of artwork that's not prom themed, even though I use in my reference photo, I used the prom flooring and the prom wallpaper. This might have to be scrapped, if I'm being honest. I'll still think about it because it could just be not a prom artwork, but I really do want to do Animal Crossing fan art. And I wanted to make an Animal Crossing themed video to go along with the artwork, like talking about Animal Crossing and why Nintendo keeps trying to like kill it. I honestly could just do that. I could still make my Animal Crossing video, and it was just, I'm probably still gonna do it, and it was just going to be about New Horizons, but they have since, they really upset me with this one, if I'm being honest. This is not the first time that I've been let down by a mobile game app. It was just, I guess we can just talk about it right now. The video I planned was just gonna be about New Horizons and why like questioning why Nintendo just doesn't want to pay attention to it anymore. And I was just gonna be like, this is why I decided to go back to Pocket Camp after like years and years and years of not playing it, because at least the updates are fine. The events, while they're pretty repetitive, the items that you get are a lot of fun, and it's an entire community. I'm literally joined to a Facebook group for Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, the mobile game. And then, if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm here to tell you this wasn't going to be a part of the update, if I'm being honest. It's just a shame because Animal Crossing is consistently such a big franchise, whether you think the game is boring or not. If you're in it, then you understand. Like, the franchise is still really popular, and there are ways to still enjoy the game. I could still do Animal Crossing fan art if I wanted to. The update's not gonna stop me, especially because the Pocket Camp is still gonna be a thing. It's not gonna be online. You're not gonna make any friends. Whatever. It just sucks because I go in the Facebook group and so many people are really upset. Because one of the many reasons why Pocket Camp does so well, or at least Animal Crossing in general does so well, is because of the online feature, and they completely got rid of it or are getting rid of it. So that's a bummer for the Animal Crossing community, myself included. And then for my other June video, I actually filmed this. I was going to make a video about Academy of Art University making an Instagram post talking about how they basically, I'm not going to say word for word because I don't remember, I've completely unfollowed them from Instagram. They basically endorse AI. If you watch my videos, you know how I feel about AI in the art community. It's the Academy of Art University, and I went to school there. It's a little embarrassing, actually it's very embarrassing, to be an alum who completely is against AI in the illustration world and in the art community just in general. And the school that you went to just does this. It's really embarrassing. I feel like I'm stuck in 2016. No one really does this anymore. So yeah, I made an entire video about it. I clearly didn't upload it because I changed my mind. I got really scared, actually. I got scared that, like, not that my videos do that well, but I got scared. I got scared. I just got scared. I got scared that I was gonna be sued, honestly. And again, not like my videos like get enough traction for, you know, that to go viral, but I just didn't want to like slander too hard because I was being pretty harsh in my video, and I changed my mind last minute. I genuinely edited it and I exported it, and then I changed my mind. My YouTube channel, my social media is linked to like my professional account. Obviously, like, my username on all of my social media is my real name. It's really easy to find, so any company that's trying to like look for me supposedly is gonna see it, and then they're gonna be like, oh, maybe we don't want to like represent her or whatever. So I didn't want to like come off too hard, but I will let you know that I was pretty hard. Reasons why I was inactive. So in June, I actually got back into Danganronpa. I started watching the Let's Play that got me through quarantine, and honestly, the best time I've ever had in a while. I would just turn on YouTube, watch the Let's Play, and then despite how intense Danganronpa is, I had a really fantastic time. I started drawing the fan art again, and I want to keep doing that. I do have like Danganronpa ideas, so I want to keep doing it. And I did like 2 Danganronpa pieces. I drew my boy Kazuichi Soda, and all of a sudden, it was the end of June. It was the end of June, and I realized, oh my god, I don't have a June video. and then it was July. And when I realized it was July, I was like, oh, I need to do birthday art for my favorite Tosha Wonderland character, Leona Kingscholar. So I did. That's what I did. So yeah, June was about Danganronpa. July was about Leona Kingscholar. Lately I've been, because I'm a digital artist, right? I draw in Clip Studio Paint, and I don't think I'll ever go back to Photoshop or leave Clip Studio Paint ever. So you know how like Clip Studio, Photoshop, Procreate, I'm assuming, the layers and stuff like that, so like you're not mixing the paint that you're using or the brushes and stuff like that, so it doesn't really get too confusing. I've been doing like, I don't even do line art that often anymore. I've been doing pieces with layers that go up to 100, and I'm organized, but my layers are up to 100, and I don't think that's really good for my monitor. Which, side note, I don't know if I told you guys this yet, but my computer, like my laptop just as a whole, I'm not even using it as a laptop anymore. Literally my monitor is like off to the side on the other table that's right there, and then my what is it called, the keyboard, because the Surface Book 3 detaches. I'm having a lot of issues, so I'm not even using the keyboard anymore. I mean, I will when I import this to, you know, I'm gonna have to, but literally I'm going to put the monitor on the keyboard and then detach it again, because I'm having a lot of issues and I don't have a choice but to get a new laptop. So there's that. So yeah, back to what I've been doing. In July, not even in July, like the entire year I got really, really sick. It was crazy. I was getting sick a lot. And then I got like super congested, and I don't really talk well when I'm congested. So a video would have to have waited, and it did. And then I went to San Diego. That was a lot of fun. Side note, while I was sick and while I was in San Diego, I did not have a plan. Did not have a video plan. Yeah, went to San Diego to be with my family, which I will always take up the opportunity to go and see my family in San Diego. It's like the main reason why I go anyway, is to be with my family, because they are the most important people. And I was really sick in San Diego. Like, I was coughing up a storm, blowing my nose all over the place, and then I felt better. And then in August, literally August 1st, I got COVID again, which, knock on wood, I'm not gonna get it anymore, but I can't just do that. I gotta like take care of myself so I can prevent it. Yeah, I ended up getting COVID again for the second time. Sucks. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It kind of went the same as when I got it the first time. And by that I mean, like, I took care of myself way better this time because I wasn't working also. Last year when I had COVID, I was still working from home from my state job. This year I decided I'm gonna be asleep for like the entire time. Literally all I did was lay in that bed. And truly it was the best idea I've ever had, to sleep and take care of myself and not work while I'm sick. Because really we shouldn't be working while we're sick. That's something that COVID should have taught us. Obviously I know that like some of us just can't afford to like be off of work, but like you would think with what happened with COVID, not like COVID is like not here, it's still here, but like with what happened with the pandemic, you would think that our employers, or some of our employers, would take care of us and take care of us better like they did while people were getting sick. Even when we weren't getting sick, they were also taking care of us. But it's 2024 and people still don't know how to take care of themselves when they're sick. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm on the talk because I went to San Diego while I was sick. Like when I was like sick very often, I was wearing, like, people don't want to wear masks anymore. And people still want to stand next to you or right behind you in the grocery. Like, There are a lot of things that happened in the pandemic that should have taught us. Now it's 2024 and it's like it never happened. So unfortunately, everybody, one video a month is not gonna happen. Now that the break has happened, it's just gonna be whenever I can. Maybe I do know how to put on my makeup, but it's very 2016 makeup, not gonna lie. There is an actual purpose to this video, besides me getting ready for nothing. But there is an actual purpose to this video. I wish that this video was going to end a little bit more positively, but it's not. Hopefully this is going to be one of the last videos I make on this topic, because I've already made 3 other videos about it, and I'm pretty sure you guys are like done with my bullshit. I have updated feelings about AI, and I feel like when you watch my videos and you watch them in order, I feel like you could tell that my mindset is changing a little bit. I've made plenty of videos about AI and about AI users trying to be artists, basically. Which, side note, what are we calling the images now? Because if you don't know, we are not calling them AI artists. We are effectively calling them AI users. We are calling them AI users instead of AI artists, because if you're like me and you agree that AI doesn't have a space in illustration, calling them AI artists just is counterintuitive. So I guess the term for like their artwork is like their images, I guess, right? Because it's not artwork. I refuse to call it that. So yeah, I've had a lot of opinions about AI users and their images that they're generating. And needless to say, it's very negative. Actually, that's a lie. It hasn't all been negative. I've given it some flack, but it's mostly negative. In my first video that I talked about AI, I admitted that if AI was going to stick around, because it's been well over a year since like the topic has even started. It's not like NFTs or something similar, or like Bitcoin, where it was like a trending topic and then after a year it just like stopped. No, AI users have stuck around. And I fully said in my first video that if AI was going to stay, especially considering the rise of technology, there are ways to use it and not be unethical about it, I guess, I think is what I said. I don't remember exactly word for word. I probably should have watched a few videos before this, but whatever. Just a basic summary of what I said, like that's what I said in my very first video. It should be used as a reference and to elevate your style, but I've also said that you should not be tracing over it, because there's always a discussion in the art community if tracing should be for practice, which it should be. It should just be for practice, and not for stealing people's work. Does that make sense? I want to make a video about that too, but I feel like I'm gonna get dragged. But I've seen people trace AI and they're not even like referencing it. They're also tracing the mistakes. But it's very obvious that there are mistakes. Why are you tracing over those? You don't need to trace the mistakes or AI in general. I've changed my mind about how I feel about AI positively in the art community. I gotta be specific about that. In the art community in general, I've changed some thoughts up in here about AI. I actually have been feeling this way for a while now. Like shortly after I made this video, I was like, do I really think about that? Do I really think that way about AI? Would I actually do the thing that I said? When I think about what I said in my video, I've come to the conclusion that I don't really think like that at all. Like, when I actually think about what I said and how I said it in my video about AI, I don't agree with it anymore. I don't think the same way as I did in that video. Like, I think about like the act of myself using AI as a reference or tracing over it, and I'm just like, it doesn't feel honest, and it doesn't feel like I'm being consistent with what I say, and it just doesn't feel like I'm using my abilities, or like I'm using the skill that I worked so hard to get. And I have concluded that I take back what I said. Especially when I was on Twitter one day and I saw that one of my favorite artists, his name is Nicholas Cole, quote tweeted someone who asked, should they feel bad for tracing AI? And Nicholas said, absolutely, you should feel bad for tracing AI. And here's the thing, this is what the internet is for, this is what influencers are for. Nicholas isn't an influencer, but my statement still stands. That was when I knew that I needed to have a stance on it, and it was wrong for me to think that way, that you could still use AI for your drawings, whether you're using it for money or not. Like, I respect Nicholas so much. I'm a big fan, and he's a fantastic character designer. I always look forward to his work whenever he posts, and it felt like I was being like lectured, which is fair, and I felt bad for even offering that advice to people that they could, not like you need my advice, but like I felt bad for putting that out there in a video that you can be using AI. Even like if it was for free and you weren't using it for monetary value, I said that you could use it, and I'm here to tell you that I changed my mind about it. So, and Nicholas helped me Nicholas helped me come to that conclusion. It basically like solidified my feelings, and I need to take a better stance on these things and not be so contradictory with my statements when it comes to AI in the art community. It's just that there's no space for it in the art community, and it just, I don't want it around. Me in my first video about AI completely contradicts what I said. And granted, it was like I would say like I said it as like a last resort for people, like if this technology is gonna go where it goes. And granted, it's getting like scarier, and with how scary it's getting, I need to take a harder stance on it and just flat out say I do not have the emotional mental space for AI in my sphere, and I don't want it around me, and I will be so unhinged when someone brings it up. I literally backed it up and said, yeah, you can use it. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't be using it. I'm going to link Nicholas's tweets in the description box. That way you guys can, you know, get a full grasp. Because he gives good reasoning as to why you shouldn't be using it as a reference. Because you're still using it. Whether you use it for monetary gain or not, you're still feeding the machine. If you have such a hard stance against it, monetarily, why would you still continue to use it? Maybe you're not using it for monetary gain, but you're using it to gain something, to gain followers maybe, and that's kind of shitty to me, to be honest. I'm using the shade Ethereal from Adriana Nicole on TikTok Shop. Dude, I've been buying a lot of stuff from TikTok Shop. It's fascinating. I don't really trust it that much, but some of them, they pull through. This is clearly much better with your fingers. I don't like using my fingers, so I'm not gonna Or at least I've only ever seen Adriana Nicole use her fingers. I don't know if you need to use it with your fingers, but I don't know. What's funny is that I'm pretty sure that in my last video, I even say that I don't even feel the same way as I did in my first AI video. And I don't feel the same way. Like, I don't even like the memes anymore. That's how like different my mind has changed. I take back what I said, I rebuke it, I wash my hands of it. I have said how much I don't like AI users and their generated images, and if I'm going to back that up, I need to back that up consistently, even if it's not for monetary gain. I don't like AI, it sucks, it's ugly, that part's a personal preference, it's garbage. And honestly, if you do have a problem with that and you like AI users and their generated images, not my problem. That's just not my problem. And then I knew when my mind really changed when I came across a TikTok that said a very similar thing than what I said. Actually almost the same. And I was like, yeah, you're contradicting yourself, as I also contradicted myself. And then I argued with them so hard that they turned off the comments. One of the things I've effectively forgotten how to do is put on lashes. I'm just gonna put this on off camera and we'll be back. I'm 100% certain that NYX does not make this lipstick anymore. Or like the standard matte bullet lipsticks. Mine at least is very old. So anyway, I was in the comments of someone's TikTok and then they turned off the comments. That was also when I found out that pen artists is a thing. And I asked them and they were like, because their reasoning for using that word, or you know, that phrase, was because there were different types of artists, which like, yeah, but pen artists instead of illustrators? I guess I'm a pen artist, you guys. I wasn't trying to like harass her, but I guess I was being not the best at it. Wasn't being very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. I was being very much the opposite. So I guess that is it for the finished look, but I'm not really done with the video just yet. Just hang on, hold on to your horses. So those are my current updated feelings about AI in the art community. And the reason why I'm so like focused on saying in the art community is because, and this is probably like the last positive thing that I have about AI, like just in general, because it doesn't really relate to the art community, but it kind of does. My oldest brother and I talked about this while we were on our way home from San Diego. He told me that for his job, he needed to use AI. And the thing about his job is that they do not employ creative people. Or they could employ people who happen to be creative, but the focus of their job is not creativity. He is a senior manager for a hospital. I'm not gonna give too much details just because. So that job doesn't really need to hire artists. I'm pretty sure jobs like that hire graphic designers, but they don't hire illustrators or videographers. Does that make sense? And the reason why he even needed to use AI was for a video that was due the next day. For me, that's the only reason why I feel like you would need to use AI, or at least I could come to an understanding why you would need to use it, or why a company would resort to use it, because of how fast it is. And if the job is so demanding for people who are not creative at all, and they need it done at a certain time, like they need it like in the next 2 days, I could see why there would be an appeal to use AI to help you and save time for your not creative job. But I will like have a hard stance on this. If this was a creative company like Disney, Wacom, or like you were trying to advertise t-shirts and stuff, to me it would be a completely different story and I would have a negative response to that. But in this scenario, it was like not a creative company at all. So the draw for AI is kind of like you have no choice but to use it if your higher ups are trying to get stuff done fast. So for me, I would understand why you would come to that conclusion. If you're not a creative company, I want to make that clear. But if you are a creative company and you are resorting to AI, Academy of Art, Disney, Wacom, other creative companies that we've talked about before, I don't see why you would need to use AI. I don't. It just does not. That part does not make sense to me at all. So yeah, that is actually it. I believe I covered all of the bases that I wanted to cover. Those are my updated feelings on AI in the art community. I plan for this to be the last AI video unless something comes up. I'm pretty sure I said that in my last AI video, and then my feelings changed about it. But I actually think I covered all the bases of AI and how I feel about it and my updated feelings in this video. So this should be the last video on AI. However, if you want to see me talk more about AI and how much I don't like it, you can follow my Twitter, because all I do is talk about AI. You know what else I do on Twitter? Talk about Twisted Wonderland. I really want to make a Twisted Wonderland OC video for a couple of my characters because there is lore behind them and I want to make a video about it because I feel like that would be a really good video. But the video honestly would not be in favor of a couple of people that are very popular. And honestly, if you are in the Twisted Wonderland fandom and you're on Twitter, it's kind of scary. There's a lot of like mischaracterization, and whenever like a character gets mischaracterized, not just with Twisted Wonderland but just in general, it can be kind of hostile. It's almost like you need to really finish the game, not just catch up with it, but finish it, even though like the game's not even finished. But like it's almost like you have to wait for the game to be finished and be finished with the game in order to have an opinion. Just based off of Twitter, I can understand like there are some opinions that are just not good, but I feel like I might overstep a boundary if I make that video. Granted, the video would not be like a slander video for these characters, but it just not would be in favor, and I don't want to piss anybody off. But I really do want to make a video like that one day because I think it would be fun, and an OC lore video, who doesn't want to see that? So if you want to see me talk about my Twisted Wonderland OCs, follow my Twitter because I also talk about them along with shitting on AI. And honestly, I do kind of want to make a Danganronpa video. I just don't know what it would be about. That is it for this video. Hopefully, once again, this will be the last AI video. It depends. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!